Hello everyone. In this short course, I'm going to show you the process of setting up an RDS instance where we are going to have our database, right? So if you do not know what is RDS, basically it is a managed database offering from AWS, and its full form is Relational Database Service, or RDS in short, right? So there are two ways we can configure a database engine for our application. We can either go with the traditional approach or we can go with the modern approach. So let's see what are they, right? So in traditional approach, you will basically install your MySQL database engine from scratch in a virtual machine, and you will be fully responsible for managing that database engine, like implementing high availability, backups, patching the underlying VMs, etc. Everything will be your responsibility, right? So it's quite complex approach, and that's why this approach is not quite common in today's world. Rather, what you can do, you can go with the modern approach. And in modern approach, what you will do, you will use a managed database instance from one of the cloud vendors like AWS, Azure, or GCP. And the main advantage of having managed database instance from them is that they will be fully responsible for managing that instance, and you will keep focusing on implementing your business functionalities, right? And AWS RDS is a service like that. High availability, backups, patching, everything will be managed by AWS themselves if you go with AWS RDS, right? You do not need to worry about managing the underlying infrastructure where the RDS is running, all right? So let's give you a real example where RDS might fit. As you see in the picture, let's say we have an EC2 instance and we want to deploy a WordPress website into AWS. In that case, what we can do, we will deploy the WordPress application into EC2 instance or ECS container, and then we will host our database into RDS. And then we will configure our WordPress application in such a way that it will use the RDS hostname, username, and password to connect to that RDS instance, right? It's that simple, right? In this course, we are going to just show you how to host your database into RDS instance, and then we will see how to connect to that instance. And to connect to that instance, we will use MySQL Workbench, which is a popular MySQL client. If you want, you can use something different like PHP kind of thing. That's not an issue. All right, so we have a separate course on our website as well that will go through the entire process of deploying a highly available and fault tolerant WordPress application using EC2 and RDS. So if you want, you can just quickly have a look at that course as well. All right, so that's enough of theory. Let's jump into the lab straight away.